Ooh, what does that say? Welcome to the chat. Why do I have a shadow right there? Why don't I?
Because that one too. You might have to hold the base.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Start saying hi, everybody. I don't know if anybody's gonna be on in the middle of the night.
Who knows? It's midnight. Oh, we got somebody.
Hi.
Crafting with the heart.
Well, here's the thing. Do you just start your crafting, or do you wait for people to come on? So
I'd wait a little while at least, you know.
I think I'm gonna say hi, everybody. I want to get this done quickly because it's the middle of the night and we're out here, and I want to let Mom get to sleep. So I'm gonna really quickly walk through everything that we need. Jim is gonna monitor the chat, so if you have any questions about what I'm doing at all, I just thought it'd be nice to see you guys like the process. And it's a quick video, or it's a quick project, let's put it that way. Mostly we're gonna have to wait for paint and glue to dry, and that's the hardest parts. But so we're gonna need a printable of, this is gonna be mason jar that we're gonna do, but really you can do any receptacle. And I like the one with the ball on it, but that's just my choice. Some artificial flowers and greeneries. You guys know these are the crocuses from the Dollar Tree, and these I got 50% off clearance from Christmas from Walmart. I don't know if I'm gonna use any of or all of them, but we're gonna do something with this Valentine's Day sign on the back. Hey, Jeri-Ann. Paint mat, paint, scissor, pencil, paintbrush. I'm gonna use these pipe cleaners because they're natural colored. You're gonna need your jute. Look, Jeri-Ann, you're on, and there's the thing you gave me. You're gonna need your glue gun and a piece of chalk. Now this is good chalk. This isn't Dollar Tree chalk. And I'll tell you why.
Difference?
Well, I found that the Dollar Tree chalk doesn't rub off as much. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use it for transfer. And I have no idea where the...
With what?
It was a roll of contact paper.
I have not seen it.
Can you go grab it off the table? It was wood-colored contact paper. I thought I had it out here with everything.
Yes, what table?
Run, Forrest, run. The craft table. Sorry, that's ill-prepared. I had it, I swear. And we're going to use the brown, the dark brown, which is antique birched contact paper. So while he's getting that for me, we're going to take the string off. Hi, everybody. Jim was gonna monitor the chat for me while I did this project with you, but he had to go get the paper for me. Oh. I think today we'll cut it. Please don't, thanks. You guys know I never cut that, right? Waste not, want not. So this particular sign I got this year, I believe, from the Dollar Tree. This is from Holler I got last year on clearance. Here is our homemade chalk paint and jute in the jute container. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cover the back of this with contact paper.
Yep.
I think this piece is big enough. Oh, and antique birch contact paper from the Dollar Tree. What'd you say? You don't know?
I don't know. That's why I rub off.
Okay. I found this, I was inspired by this craft on Pinterest. And it was something somebody was selling from Etsy for a skazillion dollars. This piece of paper is gonna be big enough. So we'll cut it down to size a little bit. And of course it was made with real wood. You know, she made it with real wood, but, and her Cricut. But I said, we can do that with the Dollar Tree stuff. So we've done contact paper lots. Now I'm gonna tilt you guys down so you won't be able to see Jim, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing, okay?
Who wants to see me? I don't even want to see me.
I'm sorry it's gonna seem like it's upside down because usually I flip it around for you guys, but there you go. So what I've done is I just cut the piece of contact paper a little bit bigger than my project. I'm gonna stick it on this side so I don't have any of the dimensional mess that comes with that. And we've done contact paper a whole lot. I like to pre-fold it It's okay. Thanks.
Why not keep my hands to myself?
No, don't keep your hands to yourself. You got to keep your eyes on the comments. Oh, it's Hey from New Orleans. Yep, that's right. I was trying to do that without my eyeballs. So, you fold back the corner of the contact paper. We've done this so many times, guys. I feel like we're contact paper experts on this channel, don't you? And then once you have the corner peeled back, you can line up with your straight edges so it's straight, and then start to stick down that corner. Hold it while you turn it over, and then while you're rubbing from the corner, you're going to pull the paper and rub from the corner, and pull the paper and rub from the corner. Now if you feel like you don't want to rub with your hands, you can use a squeegee if you want to. I have old gift cards and stuff in my... Oh, look, my contact paper's ripping.
Yeah, she did
On
get
live
it
TV. Can I just tell you, I've been working with this contact paper from the Dollar Tree for how many years now, and I've never had it rip on me.
And because you're too busy trying to do two things at once.
I'm not doing two things at once. Please please don't criticize me like that. I'm not trying to do two things at once. I'm not looking at the camera at all. It's literally just ripped. It's cause I can't redo it. That's the thing. Because I said, oh, I'll do it on live TV. I can't redo it. Are you kidding me? All right. Where's the roll?
There's your roll.
Take two. I guess we can redo it on live TV, can't we? Hi, Carly. Where you up? What are you doing up this time of night? You need to be in bed, little lady. No, I'm kidding. So we're going to cut it a little bit bigger than our piece of paper. Take two.
Real life crafting. Yeah.
Hashtag real life. All right. Now, I like to bend down the corner to get the paper to come off. Maybe if I start to peel a little extra this time. Maybe that's what happened.
That in fact, I think the other roll was old.
It was old, but I don't like to waste anything. So you know I'm not even gonna waste that, right, guys? You know that I'm gonna put that in my cut out whatever I can use and put it back in my drawer. So same thing. Press down the one corner. Good night. Okay. Now, if you decide to do a different color wood green, if you get whitewash, you don't have to use white paint, or you don't have to use the chalk method. The chalk method, I wanted to show you guys how to transfer something onto dark wood. For reals? For reals? Is this really happening to me? This is 2 mistakes on one project.
No, I don't.
Yes, it's totally crooked. Look.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. It's very forgiving, but it's just funny.
Somebody's making brownies and coffee.
Right now? Yum. Okay, let's try this for the 14th time. Okay. You're going to work from the inside out, work the inside out, work the inside out, work the inside out. And then I'm going to crease the edges. Can you see my edges? You're going to crease the edges with your fingers. That's how I like to get nice sharp edges. And then, since it's stuck to my table, this will be so nice when I actually get Wi-Fi in my office. I'll have all my stuff there and you guys can craft with me all the time live. Okay, and then just pull it tight. As you press it down. And the same thing around this side. So I like to crease it with my fingers as I pull it around the corner. Any questions?
What's the best crooked you get for a bargain?
No, for a beginner. I would honestly not be able to tell you that because I haven't really even opened mine yet. Sorry. I was gifted the Cricut Air 2, and it's still in the box. I mean, we tried to unpack it at Emily's house. So what I'm doing now is I'm cutting off the excess in the corners. So we were at Emily's house. We tried to unbox it. And then I'm going to cut up here. Sorry. And it was not working with the app. So we ended up bringing it home, and I was going to do it when I got home, and I haven't even had a chance to do it. So honestly, I don't know. If I get my Cricut working, and I'll tell you if it's easy for a beginner. It seems like the one that I have will be easy for beginners, but it's hard to say for right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck in the sides a little bit, and then do the same thing where I wrap the edge around and press it down. Oh, can you see that? Can you press it down really hard so you get a nice crisp edge? And then flip it over and pull it tight.
What happens if it doesn't want to stay stuck? Like it's...
Well, it doesn't really ever want to stick to the letters. That's why we made so much extra.
Oh, okay.
We wanted to make it extra so we'd have, the more that you let go over the back, the better it'll stick. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to everybody.
A little.
A little. So now I'm just going to repeat the same on this side. And I cut off the excess.
Not my forte.
Yes. That's why I said crafting with the Hensons, and then I was going to put like a LOL question mark on the end too. Because, you know, usually I get Jimmy to help me with like, does this look good? And he'll be like, I don't know. And then he'll come and give me his opinion. I'll make him think about it.
Ouch.
What?
My head hurts now. You made me think about something.
Oh, sorry. And then we're going to do the same thing around here. We're just going to fold in the sides and then tuck around the back. And while we're pushing around. And that's how we get a really good crisp edge. If you look at the front, I will be able to tell you where the holes are. But just get your nice crisp edge. Okay.
Is there anything they can do if they want to fill in the holes before?
Well, we're going to use the holes to hang it back up again. So you don't want to fill in the holes. You want to be able to find your holes when you're done. Okay? And now we're going to transfer. I have this.
Ow.
Image I printed. What, honey?
No,
Did you hurt yourself?
I have that little cut behind my ear.
I have this image that was printed. Now, depending on, will this lighten if I do that? No, it won't. Okay. Depending on how big your picture is that you're doing. So this is about 6 inches tall on this mason jar on this board, which works really nicely. Now I'm going to find the holes. There they are. There's one. And there's two. Now you could put that extra loose piece that was over here to make it pretty on the back if you want to, but you don't have to. So I know that this is the top. That's why I wanted to find the holes. There's one on this end and one on this end. So I know that this is the top. So I'm going to take my chalk and we're going to do like we have done in the past, where we're going to do a rub of chalk.
Peggy, I don't know if you need a certain kind of printer. Ours.
For what? This is just a regular inkjet printer.
Right.
This is an image that I got
That's
off.
what she was asking.
This is an image that I got off of Google Images. I typed in the word mason jar outline, and then I hit images to search their image file. I found one that I liked. Like I said, I wanted one that said bowl and mason jar on it. There are some that are just a jar outline. Let's see. So here's the important part. Now that I have it all covered in chalk, which you can't really see because it's white on white, and I apologize. But you got to blow off the extra chalk dust. The reason you want to do that is because you don't want it to get all over your image, I mean, all over your board. So you can cut it out. So let me show you guys. If I cut it out a little bit bigger than the mason jar, I was able to do that because I can see through it. Then you can help place it a little bit better on your project. Okay, so I just want to confirm that's the top. Oh, I want it to be right about here, and I could center it with rulers and stuff, but I don't find that all that necessary because, you know, I like things to look homemade and handmade. Now I'm just going to take my pencil and with even pressure, just going to draw around the mason jar. And I'm going to try to work from this way, that way, so that I don't have to go back over something that I've done already. Okay? What?
Carly's going to bed.
I say good night. Good night, Carly. Go to bed. You can watch this tomorrow, honey. It'll be on tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Well, you're supposed to be reading me the comments, remember?
Yeah, you know me and reading
Eh,
out loud anyhow.
no,
Wait.
I don't know.
I'm not a big out loud reader.
Okay, so if you have trouble with your lettering, this is the perfect place to practice, is when you're tracing, because it kind of gives you, like, you can move along.
So are we, Lisa. We're used to being up late at night.
Let's see. Hopefully I was able to really impress some chalk successfully. Okay. Is that showing up on the camera? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You guys can see that, right?
Flip it around so I can see it right side up.
There you go. So it does have some, like, chalk dust. The chalk dust will wipe off when I'm done painting. You'll just be able to wipe it off with a tissue. Or wet tissue is fine too. So now we're going to take some of the homemade chalk paint. And the paintbrush that I have is one from the Dollar Tree. They give you a pack of, like, who?
Giovanna Cully, hi from you, love your channel and your explanation of DIY is the best.
This jar, it actually was chipped beef, like a dried beef from Cream of Chipped Beef, and that's what I reused for my. So I just have a little bit. You can do as fat or as skinny as lines as you want, and we've talked about how to use your finger to keep off of the work, or here's what my art teacher, Miss Kane, whenever possible, work upside down. See, people don't think about working upside down because they not used to looking upside down. But she told me when you draw upside down, you draw the shape, not what you think it's supposed to look like. So you're more apt to draw the actual object than to draw what you think the object is supposed to look like. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, my art teacher from high school, Elaine Kane, she was the biggest hoot you ever did meet. If you're from my channel and you're a friend of mine and you're watching this, like if you're from high school or my brothers and sisters, you know what I'm talking about. She was the best. The next thing I'm going to do is
Mary Ellen was taught the same thing.
Oh, see, Mary Ellen, it's a good tool. She actually used to say stuff like, if at first you don't succeed, cut off your head and watch it bleed. That's fun. She was fun. So this, again, like homemade crafts, we always talk about homemade crafts, doesn't have to be perfect. I did just do something that I'd like to share with you. So if your brush gets too clumpy, can you guys see this okay? If your brush gets too clumpy, what I like to do is I spin it in the paint or spin it on the edge of whatever I'm doing, and you see how it makes a nice fine point again. And then you can take the point and you can dip it right into the paint, just get a little tiny dot of paint right on the end. Okay? Dop is it is official word. That's the official word, dop. Now this was a pretty good chalk drawing, so I'm not worried about referring to the drawing to see, like, you know, what'd you say, sweetheart?
Picture?
Yeah, the picture. I'm not referring to the picture as much. I'm not worried about how perfect it's gonna be. I will refer to, like, that line underneath only, yeah. I just want to make sure that that line comes from the L, because it goes to the L. Because sometimes when you trace, you'll move your picture, you move your image. Alright, and now I'm going to work on the outsides. I told you this was going to be fast. My moderator left, so if anybody's trying to talk to me, and if anybody inappropriate is on there talking to me,
Nope.
So
Inappropriate yet. And most of the comments are from Linda Davis, who said, or Lisa Davis, who says makes sense. Sorry.
it's okay. I just was letting them know. I wasn't trying to complain. I didn't want it to sound like I was complaining.
Oh no.
I was just letting them know in case they were trying to talk to me and I wasn't responding. I didn't want to be rude. So there are many projects out there, and in fact they sold them at the Dollar General for a while, where people take boards and they do string art to make string art vases. And what we're going to do is something a little similar but a little different, with the pipe cleaner and some jute. We're going to make a faux, you know, sometimes when you get these cute jars, you tie jute around the neck. We're going to do that with pipe cleaner. We're going to make it look like that. And then we're going to tuck the ends of the flowers in.
Welcome, Dolly.
So if you do want to make like a vase, that you actually have the stems going down like it's clear, you can do that. Just leave out the word bowl. I would do the mason jar and I would leave out the word bowl. Okay?
Hardest part is you're gonna have to let that dry before you.
Well, the chalk paint dries super fast. As a matter of fact, look, I'm touching the top. It's dry already up there, which is why I painted it first for everybody. But it'll take a minute to dry while I set up that thing for the neck. Okay.
The neck.
I'll show you what I was just describing to everybody. So now you can go clean up all your mess, but since it's supposed to be homemade crafty, and it's supposed to be aged and antiqued, right? Looks good enough for me.
We did get some rain that froze.
We had snow.
Oh yeah, true, we did have that.
We had snow.
Little...
Can you do me a quick favor? Get me a wet paper towel. I forgot to bring one. And of course I made a mess.
Of course you did.
Okay. While I have my paintbrush out, I'm going to go ahead and poke in my 2 holes for my hanger. You see that? I just poked it in with the back of my paintbrush. I felt them with my finger. Please, yes. Hi, everybody. Thank you. And then your assistant gets you a wet paper towel so you can dry your that off real quick. All right, I'm just going to set this to the side real quick because I would like to show you what I'm going to make on for the neck. Can I put this here?
Yeah, if there's...
Okay. I'm just going to wrap this in the wet tissue until I can clean it.
Tina said, so glad caught you live. I absolutely love watching your videos. I subscribe a lot.
Thank you, Tina.
Primitive crafts.
Oh, Tina, is your last name Barnacle? That's cool. I'm going to use the actual image, because I don't know if you guys can see the image okay. Is it very bright? I feel like it's so bright. Maybe tilt up the thing for a second, just while we're working on the white paper.
Just don't burn your fingers on that thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not how that's better. Okay. So can you guys see everything else I'm doing? All right.
Oh, good. I can see.
I'm going to take one pipe cleaner, and I'm going to, and this, I've never done this before. So, you know, guys, I create on the fly sometimes. Just bear with me. I'm going to bend over the end, and I'm going to use my hand to keep it as wide as the mason jar lid, and I'm going to bend it back over. And I'm going to create like a faux opening. That's all. And I wanted to be able to put it where it's flat. So I wanted to be able to make it and then flatten it. Now I would really like these 2 pieces to stay together. That would be fantastic. So I might add some hot glue to them real quick. Okay.
Sorry, Marilyn, I didn't catch the question.
What was the question? Or you don't know?
Okay, Cubana Curly asked, came in late, Jeri-Ann, is that a piece of wood? And Mary Ellen told her what it was.
Yes, thank you, Mary Ellen. Yes, we covered a piece of Valentine's decor with contact paper, you know. And I decided this time, and I never mentioned it, I put the wood grain this way. Always in the past I've gone the long ways, and this way I decided to go the short ways with the wood grain. And that was intentional. The original inspiration piece was actually boards put together. So here's the jute. So now that I have this, we're going to be very careful doing this. Now that I have this, we're going to wrap it with jute. And the reason we're doing that, and this is going to be off your hand, you're going to put a little jute to start, a little glue to start, the jute down here.
Lisa likes your glue gun holder.
Thanks, we made it on the channel. So we're going to start down here, and once that sets up, we're going to wrap it a few times around our hands and just glue it in some spots, okay? So what I want to do is I want to cover this pipe cleaner.
You want to hold that?
No, it's okay. I want to cover this pipe cleaner as best I can, and the reason I picked this beige pipe cleaner is because it was jute colored. but I was originally going to do a silver one because I wanted it to be like it was a mason jar lid. You guys seeing this? Okay. Just wrap it a bunch of times as you can. And then the last few times, now that I have thickness on there, I'm going to start adding more glue to glue it so that the strings don't move. Okay.
Do you remember when you made that?
Oh, jeepers. Last spring.
So
I can find it. I can find it and link it in the description box down below.
Yeah, because.
So now just be careful when you're doing this because you don't want to get it to go through onto your fingers. But what happened was, guys, a lot of you watch Kelly Barlow Creations. She actually made it on her channel, and for Dollar Tree stuff, and I actually just made it for free because I had the fabric and I used old cardboard and stuff. But it's standing the test of time.
I'll try to remind her, Lisa, because sometimes she'll forget.
Wow, to link it?
Yeah.
Yes, please. I often forget, and if I forget, people remind me in the comments. They'll say, "Oh, you said you were going to link it." Okay, so now that that's done, scissor, thank you. Oop.
Make sure you cut.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I'm going to glue this last piece because I just pulled it out with my scissor.
And try not to burn yourself.
And I'm not going to burn myself. Yeah, my fingers are out from underneath there. Okay, now there are lots of loosey threads. That's okay. We're going to glue them down now that our fingers are out of the way. So here's a trick too, guys. If you put glue down and then you rub it with your glue gun, do you notice it's not a big glop of shiny glue anymore? So that's one of the tricks that I like to do too, is I'll put a string of glue down and you can see it's shiny, but then when you rub it, it makes it blend into the material. Okay? So let's see. Now that that's cooled off, let's take it to the project and see how it looks. It might be too wide. Actually, no, it looks pretty good. So the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue the back, just so it's not, you saw it was like very, very thready there a second ago. Okay. Yeah, when I come up with a thing on my own, a lot of times, I think I've showed you guys, like, not fails necessarily, but where a project didn't turn out the way I wanted to, or I bought something to make with something else and then it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to.
Peggy wants to know where you got the jute holder.
From Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen bought it at the 99-cent only store. She told me in her Christmas package last year. 99-cent only stores are in Texas, California, Arizona, Las Vegas. What?
I can't pronounce that one name, but she loves the idea of the live crafting. We should do it more often.
I wish. I actually said to Jim, I'm like, I can't wait to get better Wi-Fi so I could just do this in the office. Because right now I'm having to drag everything out here and Mom's asleep. So,
yeah.
So now this is dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down like it's, yeah, that was just glue popping.
Okay.
So hopefully it looks as nice on the camera as it does in real life. And what I'm going to do is just glue the end down so it's closed. Yeah, it's alright. It's not my favorite. But we're going to put a bow on there because we're going to make a jute bow. So now if you did want to put live flowers in here and have stems coming down like those string art ones, just don't close it. I'm just closing it because I'm doing it purposefully because I want the stems to be in here and you won't see them. Okay. What?
Mary Ellen can't believe where you got it.
What do you mean?
She can't believe you remember where you got it.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh no, yeah. I think I've told you guys in like in house tour videos that I remember like everything where I got everything. I don't always remember exactly how much I paid for stuff, but I do often remember everything. So I'm gonna make a triple bow. To make this like 3 times the length, you grab one middle and one middle, and then the ends with your thumb and finger, and then you've automatically folded something in perfect thirds.
Yeah, and I don't like you can remember everything.
Jim said he doesn't like that I can remember everything. And then we're just going to make a quick bow, and then adjust it. Do you have the scissor, or do I have the scissor?
I have it right here on mine.
Okay.
In front of my keyboard.
Let's just make it. Oh my god, it's the worst scissor ever.
Your scissor.
I know.
You go find somewhere who can sharpen them.
Yes, that's it. I need to go sharpen my scissors. So I knew that once I put the bow on there, it'd be a little bit nicer. Because right now it looks like a little bit of like, what the hell is happening right there?
Would have been nicer if it was a different color.
Well, it's supposed to be jute. Like it's supposed to be that farmhouse. People tie jute around the top of a mason jar. Do you see? That was like on purpose. Is any of this wet? No. Where's that wet paper towel?
I don't know. I gave it to you.
Yeah, I was asking. Just trying to get off the extra chalk. Okay. So now we're going to take the flowers. And apparently we're taking the topiary too.
Good ball.
So now we're just going to take the flowers. These are crocuses from the Dollar Tree. What?
I'm just going to hold it for you.
And I mentioned in the beginning that these are some Christmas greens that were left over from Walmart, 50% off clearance. I got them for 50 cents. So I'm just going to use some of those.
Make a mess.
Nope.
Make a mess in your crap.
So we've talked about how to cut florals with a scissor. And then you just snap them.
Ow.
If they're just the plastic portions, you can just cut the plastic portions. And then these also pull off. That's 3 ways to remove artificial florals. Okay?
Excuse me.
No problem. So we've also talked about in flower making that I took a floral arranging class from 1-800-Flowers. And they taught us at 1-800-Flowers to put your base down first. Now, a lot of people who make flower arrangements and DIYs on TV, they do not put their base down first. They put their big flowers down first and your fillers in after. I have done that on occasion too when I'm making a wreath especially. A lot of times when you're designing a wreath, you're like, I don't know where I want everything to go.
On the wreath.
So I'm going to actually take off some of the leaves with the crocuses. I think that I need the stems though. I didn't realize it was so little bit of a stem for a crocus here. Okay, where to go?
Oh, Joanne says that she has problems with depression and you're an inspiration.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Joan. I can be here for you. All right, that one's dead. Let's try this one.
What's the matter?
These are the lavender crocuses. They had dark purple, light purple. What are you doing?
I'm trying.
Oh no, I'm just trying to do it on camera, and I keep failing miserably. Wow, that's because I'm talking. So they had light purple, dark purple, yellow, and pink crocuses at the Dollar Tree when I went. Okay, that's what it's supposed to happen. And I'm going to cut them at different heights. Because again, this isn't a full vase that I can bend. Okay, oops, that one came off. And then we'll cut some pink ones, because I want pink ones in here.
Is that class expensive? Oh.
Actually, I participated with a group called Homemakers of America. We had basically paid $24 a year membership, but that was back in 2006. And they got the classes for us for $25. So I don't know if they just do any classes or if they did that because we were a special group.
Oh, Stephanie has anxiety and was glad to see we're going live.
Oh, yay. Stephanie, I'm glad we could help. This is my first live craft, so you're not the only one with anxiety right now. Okay.
This is so cute. Oh, Joanna Pinson is turning in, but she'll watch the rest of it later.
Okay. Good night, sweetheart. So now I'm just going to glue in some of these leaves.
Can you do some floral arrangements like for your tabletops and wreaths?
I did, actually. I have a series on my channel of flower arranging. I will try to link that in the description box down below too. Jim just will remind me what he said.
If I can remember.
But I think I'll do it because we'll be doing that right after this. So, and by the way, I'm also doing this upside down. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah, Marilyn Ellen said you're doing great.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Usual.
So with this crocus, I would definitely glue the top just a bit.
Midnight crafting, what a fun idea. you to make me smile. You are doing great. Love your craft.
Aw, thank you.
That's from Kathy Maker.
Thank you. Kathy Marker.
Okay,
Thank you,
Marker.
Kathy.
Sorry.
I'm going to put the tallest ones in first. And I'm going to put them towards the back.
Cubana Curly says, oh wow, I'm definitely going to check. Everything you do is just so well made.
Aw,
LOL,
thank you.
Jim.
Jim is being my eyes onto the screen tonight, guys. So thank you for your patience.
Peggy, oh, hey, I'm from Dallas. Don't you like to use wire cutters?
No. Anything I don't have to spend extra money on. Now, normally when I craft the what do we call this? Oh my gosh, what is this? The lever
Scissor?
part of the inner part of my scissor. Lever part of my scissor is really what I was thinking about, but that's not even a real word. Doesn't get much work, so that will be my wire cutter. Because wire cutters, unless they're super sharp, they won't really cut through the plastic really well. So if you have cheap wire cutters, then no. But
Cubana Curly says he's awesome. Yeah.
okay.
Elisa says she's going to have to go back and look at the videos to learn some more.
That's okay. It's all there. It's going to be up on the channel.
Let's see here.
Okay. Now I'm just going to wash the table.
Lydia? Is that Lydia?
Yeah, Lydia
Okay.
McPherson. Go ahead.
Love your channel, and both of you really love your content. What?
Content.
No.
Oh, contentment video.
Nah, I can't even read.
So I'll ask you guys, do you want the knots in the front or you want the knots in the back? Let's take a vote.
Should be in the back.
It's everybody's got their preference.
I'm
taking a vote. Front. I got one for front. Back, front. Oh, tie. Front. Okay, front's the winner. Let me just make sure everything's stuck. Okay, good. All right, you can stop voting. I'm going to pick front.
Mary Warner.
Mary, we're making a cute little farmhouse DIY picture with a Valentine's Day project. So guys, was it too much Valentine's Day, not Valentine's Day stuff?
You make lovely and such creative things, and you
Aw.
both are so cute together.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, so now that everybody voted on the front.
Go. I'm
thank
holding
you.
it so it doesn't fall off again.
Well, I'm going to have to put the light back on here, guys. Sorry, because I can't see, because I'm an old lady.
Marilyn
there we
says
go.
never too much.
So, if you make a lot of the same knots, they'll be really ugly. They'll be like a really ugly looking long knot. So what I like to do is make sure that I'm knotting behind
Crafting with the Heart says
the
love your
existing
Valentine's
knot.
series.
Does that make sense? I don't want them to be too long knots. I want them to be, I think that's going to be long enough. I could have just used the actual piece that it came with, right? Wouldn't that have been too easy? Half of it's already knotted and it's fatter. But then you can't adjust your size. You have to stick with whatever the designer at the Dollar Tree.
We have somebody that I can't pronounce names right now.
Okay, don't worry about it. Just
Hi, Jerry from Michigan. Love you and your crafts. Thank you for explaining everything in slow-mo.
aw.
For us oldies. Bless you.
Hey, I'm oldie there too, so I think I want it to be this big. So you just want to make sure your knot is big enough.
Yes, Joan, we are all blessed.
Aw, I feel very blessed. I could sit up in the middle of the night with you guys. You know, we usually don't do live streams late because of Mom sleeping, and I know that a lot of you guys don't get to get it. You don't get to see it because you're the late night people, and since you're the first people that watch my videos every night because you're the late night people. Ta-da! Okay.
And then we had someone said also for us that are new at crafting. It's Mara.
How do we do?
Joe?
What time is it?
Just smashed together. Okay.
What time is it?
It's 11:35.
We did that in a half an hour. It's cute, right? So one of the inspirations was painted and it had giant roses on it, and the roses were like open, so they didn't have this jute. So I was trying to figure out how I could put the crocuses in with the jute, and that's why we came up with that. So now if you did want the look of the string art, I wouldn't paint the word bowl, and I would just stick the stem straight down so it looks like the stems are in the jar as a vase. So there it is. That was so much fun.
Especially the math.
What?
Beautiful. I love everything you do, especially the math.
When I'm always trying to, like,
No.
we have to do math.
Oh, it's going a little fast.
Sorry.
Let's see here, crafting from the heart. Oh, I do a lot of DIYs, but don't share the process because I'm slow. I do share them in my channel.
It's okay. And not everybody likes this type of video either. Not everybody likes the in details. You can tell because most of the people who do, not most, but many of the people who are very successful at this have four projects in one video, and they just show you quick how to do it. But I really wanted to be a teacher. Like, I really wanted to teach you guys how to do it, so.
Cindy Sassa would love to give floral classes as a teacher. I love to teach people. I've been off for a designer. For over 40 years.
Very cool. It's exactly what, oh, cute. Okay, good. And what did it cost us? I mean, if you used all the same crocuses, that'd be $1. One pipe cleaner, board. You know, I feel like everybody's got this stuff laying around. Just if you watch my channel, you've got stuff laying around. And you can cover the back if you want to make it pretty, but it's going to hang against the wall, so it doesn't have to be pretty. You love the burlap ribbon hearts you did. Oh yeah, let me show you guys if you don't mind. Let me go slow because people get dizzy and want to vomit. The lights are out now because it's late, but I ended up putting them up there. So there's one there and one on the other side. There's the double hearts that we made and the fireplace and the vent. That's just da-da-da. We actually haven't finished our house tour because it's going to be Valentine's Day by the time that goes up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But we are going to make this short and wrap it up because it's late and I want Mom to get to sleep. So I want to thank you all so much, so very much for joining us tonight. I'm so glad that my midnight people got to make it. Yay for the midnight people. Hopefully you really enjoyed this, and hopefully you can make one, and if you do, share it with on social media. I'd love to see what you guys make. Is that hi?
Yeah.
Is that Jet saying hi, or do you have a question? Whenever I see that little emoji, I'm always like, you saying hi? Is it a high five, or do you have a question? But I wanted to thank everybody. Good night from Arizona. Good night, Arizona. Good night from Missouri. Oh, Jet just made it. Hi and goodbye. So hopefully you really like this. Please give this video a thumbs up when you guys are done. I really appreciate it. It does help the channel. We're almost at the next milestone. It's at 25,000. We're almost there. So close. But thanks everybody. I really do love all of your support. Oh,
A lot of people.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna cry again.
A lot of people would love to see more late night.
Me too. I will, and the plan is in the next couple of months to get better Wi-Fi so that we can actually do it from the office, because this is just too late for us to be out here when Mom's trying to get some sleep. So
maybe try to set up something in the bedroom.
Well, I said the office because that's where all the craft stuff is. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
And we have a
like
nice
the bedroom
couch.
just to,
We have a nice couch there, so it'd be nice to shoot from live stream from there.
once you clean off all your stuff.
Well, when I craft, yeah. He's got my number. I've showed them, so there's no shame in my game. I've showed you guys, right? When I do crafts and there's like supplies all around me, I have no problem telling you guys that.
Yeah, but no room for somebody to sit there and help you.
Yes, you can sit on the other end. Good night, everybody from Virginia and Michigan and everybody Florida. Go from Florida. We thank you and we love you. Thanks for stopping by. As always, take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Never enough room in the craft space. That's 100% true. Never.
That's why I don't go in there.
Never. That's why I kicked him out of his office. Now he's in the craft space.